immunosuppression related complications is your responsibilities. Long-term follow-up is your responsibilities. It's not only the cutting, it's more than that. Renal nurses, allied healthcare professionals also being undermined all the time. We focus our training and education on doctors, but in reality, you, me, and everybody will see the patient 10, 15 minutes, ward round, and then we leave it with the transplant nurses, nurse practitioners, transplant coordinators as well are important to promote a successful transplant program. Without them, you can't operate properly. Otherwise, everybody will be a coordinator. So that's my second question: who believes in online education in transplant surgery?
Nephrology starts as well here.
Yeah. Fine. I'm coming to nephrology registrars now. For nephrologists, do you need to know any bit about what the surgeon is doing? I was telling my friend yesterday about an article published in the States a while ago about cholecystectomy. And what they did, because cholecystectomy is done laparoscopic long time ago, this guy came up with a smart idea. Let's just compare the video of the stack system with the operative note to see how faithful and truthful this operative sheet is. So according to the operative note, the surgeon has written, colored triangle was identified. When you look at the video, bloody hell, there's no colored triangle here. It was not properly identified. The surgeon has written hemostasis was secured. When they look at the video of the same operation, it's all the blood around. What security from hemostasis is? What he was talking about? Even went that far, some of the patients said, clip on the cystic duct. Actually, the clip was on the common bile duct. So I'm coming to the fact that for the nephrologist as well, you need to know what the surgeon is doing because we work as a team. Anyway, it was just an introduction because it's something hurting that nephrologists will be focusing on nephrology, surgeon will be focusing on the cutting, and while our allied health care professionals, transplant nurses, renal nurses, dialysis technicians, transplant coordinators are undermined. We have to remember that we work as a team. All of us work together. So we are presenting our experience in online fellowship program in clinical transplantation. This is my personal feeling. I love India. It's land of cultures. Everything is authentic here. So you should be proud of being Indian. And next time, I think I will apply for Indian citizenship because I struggled to get Indian visa. I spent a week or 10 days, you know, my blood pressure went up because of might be offered a visa. Yeah. I mean, you treat British passport badly, which I don't blame you. Because what the Brits did to you for 200 years of occupation. Fine. It is disclaimer. Actually, I'm in a we modified a lot of things here to hide identities. This is what's all about the fellowship. And this is our experience. And I'm not selling to you, but you need to do similar things as well. So this program is accredited by American Association of Continuing Medical Education and European Accreditation Council. It's important to have an accredited program, otherwise you'll be wasting your time. So far, 179 students joined from 29 countries. We recruited 13 tutors, no, actually more than that, but from 13 countries. And these are the accreditation certificates.
Could I just ask you one question?
It depends.
Yeah. We received some objectionary email from 2-3 people who are quite prominent there. Oh, Professor Halawa or Ajay Kumar trying to take the prominence or money. But is that something like this? You think it is very costly? Is that the reason?
Yeah, I think we'll talk about it, because we can compare it. I've been introduced as promoting the master's degree in transplantation in the University of Liverpool. The cost of this program, one module is 1,400 sterling. We provided better service. By the way, I'm the one who designed the Liverpool course. Look how much the university is charging everybody. Actually, they charge for the electricity they're using, cleaning their toilets as well already on the bill. I can't believe this extensive charge. We create a similar program with a lot cheaper cost, which is $360 just to cover the expenses and platform and all technology. You can do the same. And actually, we affiliated the program to the World Kidney Academy, which is basically an academy with multiple mini courses running. Fine, degree. All of us are interested to have a degree, to have a line in our CV. They think this degree will sustain your job, will keep you working. Of course, no. The degree actually will get you appointed, but you keep working, you keep your job, you get promoted because of the knowledge, not because of the degree. All of us know many people who had PhD being fired a week later because of the poor quality of knowledge and poor experience. So for colleagues, when you apply for a degree, it's not all about the degree and one line in your CV, but all about the knowledge behind the degree, which is very important. So it's all about employment and employability. So back to the objective of this course, of this talk, we have to learn from COVID. COVID, I think, hit us hard, and we knew that we can't meet face to face. And even the clinic, we used to run in the UK clinic by Zoom meeting, and all our meeting became nearly Zoom meeting. So we can do it online then. So we're being pushed hard to do that. I mentioned about the needs of this program is knowledge and to get the balance right. Surgeon doesn't know about nephrology part of transplantation. Nephrology doesn't care about the surgeon, what he's doing. The allied health professional, which is transplant nurse, transplant coordinators, are lost in the middle. So we need to get it right, provide knowledge for everybody. We work as a team, understand, we should have common language. The whole idea of our activities, me and AJ, is not spoon feeding. It's not just feeding you with the knowledge. Because when you feed you the knowledge, what will happen? It won't stay. When you eat, it won't stay. You go to the toilet. But what we need you to think about the knowledge, apply the knowledge. And not only thinking, critical thinking. We talk about professional skills, we talk about employability, we talk about academic skills as well. Because for us as a clinician, nephrologists, surgeons, and even allied health care professionals, nurses, we need to know how to write a paper, how to present ourselves. Presenting yourself is like how to sell yourself to convince an organization to appoint you. So you have to be presentable. You have to have these skills. These days, when you apply for a job, they will get you an interview. And in many occasions, they will ask you to do a small presentation about the future program or how can you take this program forward. So you have to have these skills as well in order to get employed. You know, if you are knowledgeable, having millions of degrees, and you went to the interview and start stuttering, waffling around, you won't get the job. So part of our program is to teach you how to present yourself, how to write a paper. It's not only the degree, again, I'm focusing on that. It's not only the knowledge, as well, they look at how many publications you have done, how to publish a paper. So we designed our activities into 6 modules. So postgraduate certificates is 3 modules, 6 modules, the full fellowship. It's quite challenging. Why? Because this is a mature clinician, as if you are training a crocodile to be a pussycat. We have all habits, all bad habits. We have to get rid of all these bad habits. You know, one of the colleagues, a very senior surgeon yesterday, was yesterday? Yes. She said, I'm good with cutting, but I can't write a paper. Okay, you stay as you are. You won't get better. You will not get promoted. You need to know this.
Not write assignments, just writing 1, 2, 3, all one, and that doesn't work.
To be honest, you know, they can't write the assignment, but when we fail them, they will write it well. Honestly, this is a problem. Everyone has the ability to do something if he believes in himself and if he believes that he can do it. If you are imprisoned in your mind that you can't do it, you'll never do it.
And that was the person is very famous and fantastic, so less than 2,000 transplant, but just can't write assignment.
I don't believe that she doesn't want to write a transplant assignment, you know, because, you know, if you push this person, he will do it, but he's not interested to do it. You know, you have to read the person in front of you. You know, if she's doing 2,000 transplants, she's busy like mad. Don't have time. Don't have time to eat. So what are we teaching? We're teaching knows how, shows how. And this is actually an important slide which shows how to get the performance right. Performance at the top. So all these online courses will teach you knows how, shows how, but it doesn't teach you does. You know, as a surgeon, you need to know how to do the cutting properly. This is actually left to the training. This is not a replacement of training. It's push the training push these programs as well. So they work together. Also, you can't achieve the top without going through the bottom. Why we always believe, me and AJ, about online education? Because in reality, we're busy with life, family, children, work. You know, working environment is quite busy as well. a stressful job. Also, I am an example. You just, to get an Indian visa, spend, I think, a month or something. When you apply for British visa, you take 3 months to get a British visa. So visa is quite difficult. Cost tremendously high to travel to UK or States to engage on a master's degree face to face. This is cost of living, cost of travel. You are away from earning, away from the family. Technology now lended itself very well to online education. So you can see us, you can see our operations as well online. Why it has to be affiliated to a society, academy, organization? Because of external accountability. Attractive, more doctors, expand the market, but pain in the backside, because it be reviewed regularly and make sure that we achieve what we should achieve. It's all teamwork. And do you think who's teaching is only certain? No. We ask all these subspecialties to teach with us from different centers, from India, from UK, from the Middle East, Far East. Transplant surgeons teaching, transplant nephrologists teaching, transplant coordinators teaching, nurses teaching, immunologists, radiologists, and even that, distinguished students on the course as well. We ask them to give a talk and teach. It's called peer learning. The good thing about online education is open 24/7. We don't have weekend. You have weekend, but the course wouldn't have weekend. Why? Simply, the weekend in the UK and the States is different from your weekend. The weekend in India is different from the Middle East. Also, the time zone difference as well.
So that is called asynchronous, means everybody working at different times for the same ward round. What is the advantage of it?
Advantage of it, fine. If you have a tutor giving a talk about, which is happening in November, about major cardiac event post-transplantation. So what the time zone difference between Australia, Sydney, and Lucknow? How many hours? In UK, it's 12 hours difference. Yeah. Yeah, 9 hours. Fine. So basically, we follow the tutor because this is he's a guest and he's offering this lecture. So I said, I'm free 9 o'clock in the morning or lunchtime, Australian time. This will be unacceptable in the States, could be unacceptable as well. It's very, very uncomfortable for colleagues in India, for colleagues in Saudi Arabia. So the time zone difference is important. This is why it has to be asynchronous. So he gave the lecture. If you're around, you attend. If not, we record it and send it to you. But we try all the time to fit with all different time zones, because what we need is engagement, your engagement, your engagement, your engagement. You need to have the right to ask questions and the tutor answers you. So try to fit it all the time within acceptable time zone difference. Of course, during the working hours, it's totally unacceptable because, I'm working, you are working as well. Do you think it's all about online lectures? You can find actually better online lectures than ours on the YouTube. YouTube, everything on YouTube now. But what's most important, online case studies, how we manage this difficult case, problem-solving exercises, the journal club and critical appraisal, and this is what Asia is going to teach. MCQ with answers. So all about the engagement. You ask a question, tutors answers you. Of course, in addition to the lectures and or journal clubs and stuff like that. How we achieve our target is providing clinical scenarios, critical appraisal scientific papers, poster presentation, PowerPoint presentations. And this is actually my master degree thesis on assessment on online education, University of Sheffield. Not only the engagement between tutor and student, but between students themselves as well. To engage with each other. No, you are not right. You know, tacrolimus is nephrotoxic, you know, something like that. So you talk together and you engage together. The job of the tutor is not to spoon feed you. It's just to guide you. You will take over your own learning, provided that you are interested. Assignments with fail and pass. So you could fail if you didn't do well. And 2 tutors marking the assignments. We're always around to help. This program's always in a dynamic update because, you know, there's an article, you know, published last night, which is very interesting, talking about something new, change the whole paradigm of management of some diseases. We'll present it to you as well, just to keep you updated as well. And we are expanding now the programs because, you know, the transplant is quite successful, to include liver, adult nephrology, pediatric nephrology, scientific writing skills as well. Eligibility, doctors, allied health professionals. We haven't forgotten the allied healthcare professionals because, as I mentioned earlier on, you see the patient 10, 15 minutes, you leave the patient with the nurse for 8 hours looking after this patient. So she needs to be well educated, otherwise we'll be messing around, eating your head right and left, phone calls, what should I give, what should I not give? So it will be a nightmare for doctors if the nurses are not well trained. I think, you know, it's our intellectual property. Me and AJ, we promoted this idea a long time ago in 2014 with the University of Liverpool, but because of the expenses of required to get into Liverpool course, we moved to the to the other programs. Was a lot, you know, cost friendly. Challenges: busy at work, of course. You have to fit time to learn. Look, we're not spoon feeding you. We're not putting information in your ears, but you have to work hard to get this information. We guide you. It's high quality education. Online degree should be accredited, and we have done this. Benefits for you: high quality education, cheaper course, degree. Emerging center. So if you work in a transplant center which just started, you know, this is actually, the knowledge will help you to promote the program and do more transplant. And if you do straightforward transplant, you'll be doing complex transplant later on. For organization, control of our education. This is something important. Originally, I am from Egypt, from the Middle East. And our culture in Egypt is no different, because the Mediterranean culture is no different from India, where respect to the parents, paying respect to the parents, to the seniors, to pray for everybody, you know, everybody, especially the elderly one, were respected. We have different ethics from the West. what's acceptable in the West, not necessarily, it will respect it, but not necessarily acceptable in India, not necessarily to be acceptable in the Middle East. Many other examples, they call them freedom, but in our society is not freedom, is violation. So we have to control as well our education to fit with our ethics as well. Thank you very much. I finished. Let's just do it together.